Under fractions. A couple of different things we talked today about fractions is number one. Number one is reducing by prime factorization. Reducing by prime factorization. Now granted, you will only have to do this for a little while, but if the book asks you to do it, please accommodate, okay? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't like to do stuff, but you just have to do it. God bless you. Here's what I mean by the example of that. The book will say, use, make sure I get this the right way. Use prime factorization to reduce. Use prime, and I think you'll remember this from last year, maybe you won't, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. Use prime factorization to reduce, and they will give you this fraction. Doesn't even look like reduce, does it? I apologize for that. 72 over 108. 72 over 108. If this is the directions, then we will follow them. And it's a pretty simple little thing we need to do. The first thing you need to do is prime factorize both numbers. Prime factorize the denominator and the numerator. Which means this. We're going to break 72 down. I don't care how you do it. Let's just do this. What? 2 times 36? How about 6 times 6? 2 times 3? And 2 times 3. They sound like a furry here. You good with that? Which means this. 72 breaks down to what? 1, 2, 3 2s and 2 3s. 1, 2, 3 2s and 2 3s. Correct? You can agree or disagree. I don't.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you very much. So I wrote that up there. Then I have to do the same thing with 108. Let's do that over here. Let's Chloe, just for fun, instead of doing the tree thing, let's do this as division by prime, shall we? Just for fun. Just to show you that it can be done. Cut it in half. Half of 108? 54. 54. Half of 54? 27. 27 you can't cut in half, but you can divide it, Charlie, by 3. 3 goes into 27. 9 times and 9 breaks down into 3 times 3. So the prime factorization of 108 is 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. So there's step number 1. That took a long time, didn't it? Who wants to do that on the day when the Bears play the Packers? Me.
You mean when the Bears win?
I don't know. Do you think Trubisky's got it? No.
My dad's going. I told him he's just going to watch the movies.
Did you watch the Brett Favre and the Bears Superfan commercial? The Bears. No? Bears. Alright. Now, once you get it to this point, here's what you do. You can cross off 1 for 1 same factors top and bottom have. That doesn't even make sense, but that's why you always show an example, because most of the wording gets a little goofy there. That means this, children. You go back to your little list of numbers here. They have a 2 on top and a 2 on bottom. It has to be 1 for 1. I can't take this 2 and cross off a bunch of 2s. It's this 2 crosses off with that 2. A second 2 will cross off with a second 2. This 2, there is no other 2's left on the bottom to cross off, so it stays. I do have a 3 on top and a 3 on bottom, and I have a second 3 on top with a second 3 on the bottom. Okay? So that's all that crosses off. And then step number 3 is to remultiply top and bottom if necessary. Remultiply if necessary. In this case, I don't have anything left to remultiply. I just am left with a 2 on top and a 3 on the bottom. And that is what 72 over 108 reduced to. Technically, ladies and gentlemen, technically, when you cross them off, you technically should put 1s here. Technically, but I won't make you do that. Anything that crosses off, you're left with a 1. And the reason I tell you that is because if everything on top would happen to cross off, you still have a 1 left on top. Okay, if everything crosses off, you don't just leave it blank. There's actually a 1 on top. We should do another one where things don't work out quite so nicely. Let's do this one, and I will put it in super hyper speed so it goes a little faster. Maybe they don't give you one where you have to remultiply. Oh yeah, this one. 75 over 100. Now eventually when you get good, you can probably kind of do this relatively quickly. 75 is what? 3 times 25, correct? So 3 times 25 is going to end up like this, yes or no? 3 times 25. 100 is 10 times 10, which is 2 times 5 times 2 times 5. So that ends up being this, 2 2s times 2 5s. Just kind of going at super speed there. If you can't do it that fast, then by all means take your time and do it quick, the slow way. What's going to cross off? A 5 on top with a 5 on bottom, the second 5 on top with the second 5 on bottom, the 3's and the 2's on. So remultiplying, the 3 stays on top, and on bottom 2 times 2 is 4. We remultiply. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I understand 75 over 100, most of you probably would have said, well, why can't we just take and divide them both by 25? And I will tell you, only because the directions will tell you to do it a different way, that's why, otherwise you will do it like that. Is that what you're going to say? No.
Exactly.
Sometimes you got to do things the long way before you get to the easy way. Just look at how good your life is. Don't get upset about this small stuff here, right? There's Patrick tonight. There's Patrick. Are you going to watch on it?
Probably.
Now, unfortunately, we have one other thing to do here, and that is this under fractions, making equivalent fractions. So fractions part 2. Making equivalent ones. And that simply does this. They will tell you to write a fraction equal to 1/2 that has a denominator of 100. Write a fraction equal to 1/2 that has a denominator of 100. And again, I know some of you are like, well, I don't read that, but this is what I need to see. What are they telling you? They're saying make a fraction that's equal to 1/2 that has a 100 on the bottom. And obviously the answer to that would be, how do you go from 2 to 100? You multiply by 50, so you multiply the top by 50, and there is your fraction. There is your fraction. Who said 7th grade math was hard? I did, I'm sorry. They'll also ask you to compare, and because you're 7th graders, I will give you this little helpful little tidbit of information. If I am comparing 3/4 to 4/5, first of all, you are not in 5th grade or in 6th grade anymore. You will not do this by drawing pictures. If that was what you were thinking you were going to do, mostly because your pictures are not close enough to get you to where it needs to be. You have to draw them so exact that between these two it would be very tough to do. Nor do you just look at that and go, well, this one has a higher numbers on it, so it's bigger. You can't just say that. How am I going to do this? Well, the hard way Leah, is, huh?
I don't know if it's hard.
What is you?
Miss the numbers.
Yeah, well, that will be the hard way. That's a little long way, and I'm gonna give you a shortcut. Leah says yes, make the bottom numbers the same, in which case, what would the bottom numbers be if I were making them the same? Yeah, what's the smallest thing 4 and 5 going to? 20. And then 4 times 5 is 20, so 3 times 5 is 15. 5 times 4 is 20, 4 times 4 is 16. So yes, this one is bigger. However, I will tell you a quick shortcut to that. Anybody? Aiden?
Making percents.
Yeah, I don't know if that's necessarily a shortcut. Yeah, you're right, it's 7%, that's 80%. Watch, look, learn, and listen here, kids. This will be the quickest way you'll ever find to do this. If you're ever comparing fractions, start at the bottom of the fraction and go up to the top of the other fraction, 4, and multiply. 4 times 4 is 16. 5 times 3 is 15. This one was bigger than that one no matter what. Just wait. Let me give you another for example on that. Let's say you have 7 eighths and 10 thirteenths. And you're asked to compare those. Rather than using common denominators, you can simply just go, oh, let's see, 8 times 10 is 80. Remember, you got to start to the bottom and go to the top diagonally. 13 times 7 is 91, if you can do that. 7 eighths is bigger. That's kind of like a short. Technically, what you're doing, and when that is, you are making common denominators. Just take a look here. What did I get up here? What did I have down here? If I made these common denominators, guess what I would get over here? An 80 on the top and a 91 on the bottom. It's just a short, quick, little helpful